At the crack of dawn, with the dew still clinging to the grass, the serene silence of a charity golf tournament was suddenly shattered by the unmistakable sounds of laughter, jeering, and for anyone familiar with the Kelce brothers, a healthy dose of chaos. There, on the green, NFL legend Jason Kelce lined up for a putt, only to find himself the focal point of a relentless barrage from his younger brother, Travis Kelce, and their entourage. The footage, which quickly made the rounds on social media, didn't just capture another celebrity golf outing. It offered a rare, unscripted glimpse into the dynamic, competitive, and deeply affectionate relationship between two of football's most compelling siblings. What unfolded on that chilly morning was more than just a playful attempt to sabotage a putt. It was the latest chapter in a lifelong saga of brotherly banter, mutual support, and constant one-upmanship. Travis Kelce, the Kansas City Chiefs superstar tight end, took every opportunity to distract and heckle his older brother, roping in Brandon Selwyn, the CEO of their wildly successful podcast, New Heights. The crowd roared as Travis, never one to shy away from the spotlight, went so far as to wield Selwyn himself as a prop in his campaign of distraction. And when Jason finally managed to sink his putt, the applause was tinged with as much relief as it was with respect for a man who spent his entire life finding a way to win, no matter the odds. But beneath the surface of this lighthearted sibling showdown lies a deeper, more poignant story, one that speaks to the universal challenges of change, the bittersweet nature of letting go, and the enduring power of brotherhood. For more than a decade, Jason Kelce was a cornerstone of the Philadelphia Eagles, his 300-pound frame anchoring the offensive line through triumphs and heartbreak. His retirement in March marked the end of an era, not just for the Eagles, but for anyone who appreciates the grit and heart that defines the best of football. Yet, as with so many athletes, leaving the game meant confronting a new, unfamiliar opponent. Life without the daily rituals, physical demands, and adrenaline rush of Sunday afternoons. Determined to reclaim his health and redefine his identity, Jason set his sights on shedding 50 pounds, a goal that would take him from the hulking 300-pound lineman to a leaner, more agile 250. For most people, losing weight is a struggle. For someone whose entire career depended on being as big and strong as possible, it's a seismic shift. The transformation has been dramatic, both physically and emotionally. On a recent episode of New Heights, the podcast the Kelce brothers co-host, Jason recounted the strange experience of trying on his old college jersey from his days as number 60 at Cincinnati. The fabric, once stretched taut over his shoulders, now hung loosely. Travis, ever the jokester, couldn't resist a dig. "You got so thin that number 60 doesn't look good on you anymore," Travis teased. Jason, never one to miss a beat, shot back. "I look like a long snapper now. Do I go back to number 48, my linebacker numbers? Would that look better?" The banter was classic Kelce, sharp, affectionate, and tinged with the kind of vulnerability that comes when you realize the person you used to be no longer fits, literally or figuratively. Travis kept the joke alive, suggesting that Jason's new, slimmer silhouette belonged somewhere in the 40s, jersey-wise. The laughter was genuine, but so was the undercurrent of melancholy. "So depressing," Jason admitted, the words hanging in the air. Jason's post-playing career has found him in front of the camera, not as a player but as an analyst for ESPN. It's a natural fit for someone with his intelligence and charisma, but the transition hasn't been without its challenges. The NFL is more than a job. It's an identity, a brotherhood, a way of life. Letting go is never easy, especially when your body is a daily reminder of what you've lost and what you're trying to become. Yet, in true Kelce fashion, Jason has embraced the challenge with the same determination that made him a legend on the field. Losing the weight wasn't just about looking better or feeling healthier. It was about proving to himself that he could adapt, evolve, and thrive, no matter what the world threw his way. It's a lesson that resonates far beyond the world of professional sports. Travis, meanwhile, is gearing up for another season with the Kansas City Chiefs, his eyes set on adding to an already storied career. The contrast between the brothers, the retired veteran navigating a new reality, and the superstar still at the peak of his powers, couldn't be more striking. Yet, their bond remains unbreakable, forged in the crucible of competition and tempered by a lifetime of shared dreams and rivalries. What makes the Kelce brothers' story so compelling isn't just their athletic achievements. It's the way they've navigated the highs and lows together, never shying away from the messy, complicated reality of life in the spotlight. Whether it's Travis trash-talking Jason on a golf course at sunrise or Jason poking fun at his own shrinking frame, their relationship is defined by a rare combination of honesty, humor, and unconditional support. That willingness to be vulnerable, to acknowledge the challenges and insecurities that come with change, is what sets them apart. In a world that often demands perfection, the Kelces remind us that it's okay to laugh at ourselves, to admit when we're struggling, and to lean on the people who know us best. Their podcast, New Heights, has become a cultural phenomenon in large part because it offers fans a window into this dynamic. It's not just a sports show, it's a masterclass in brotherly love, resilience, and the art of reinvention. Each episode is a reminder that, no matter how successful you are, you're never too old to reinvent yourself, never too famous to need a shoulder to lean on, and never too tough to admit when something hurts. As Travis prepares for another NFL season and Jason settles into his new role as a broadcaster, the question lingers: what comes next? For Jason, the future is wide open. His weight loss journey is only the beginning of a new chapter, one defined not by the roar of the crowd, but by the quiet satisfaction of mastering a new craft, finding balance, and discovering who he is outside the game. For Travis, the journey continues on the field, but with the added perspective that comes from watching his older brother navigate the challenges of retirement. Their paths may have diverged, but the lessons they've learned, and the bond they share, continue to guide them. The footage from that early morning golf tournament will live on as a perfect snapshot of what makes the Kelce brothers so special. It's not just about the competition, the trash talk, or even the victories. It's about showing up for each other through every season of life and never losing sight of what matters most. In the end, that's the real story, the one that keeps us coming back, eager for the next chapter, and grateful for the reminder that, no matter where life takes us, we're never alone as long as we have someone in our corner ready to cheer us on, or if need be, throw a CEO at us to make us laugh. So as Jason slips into his new skin and Travis laces up his cleats for another run at glory, one thing is certain: the Kelce brothers' greatest legacy isn't what they've accomplished on the field, but the way they've navigated life's twists and turns together with humor, humility, and a love that's impossible to fake. And if you ever find yourself on a golf course at 8 a.m. with these two, just remember, keep your head down, your wits about you, and your sense of humor intact. Because with the Kelce brothers, you never know what's coming next. And honestly, that's exactly why we can't look away.